Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats, and today I'm joined by Stephen Reid Williams. And today we're going to be looking at Ravel, which is the piano VI that comes with Luna. So, Steve, how you doing?
Hello, mate. I'm good, mate. You?
Good, yeah, all good, all good, all good. So you've had Ravel for how long now? About a
Four or
week.
5 days, yeah.
And what are your thoughts so far?
Mate, it's lovely. It's really nice. I'm always a little bit fearful when someone brings out a new piano sample. It's there's some great ones and there's some not so great ones. But this one seems to be fantastic so far. I've used it in a few different contexts, and it sounds wicked.
So yeah, do you want to go through a couple of things? What do you think of the latency first of all? Do you notice any latency when you're playing it?
No, it's fantastic. It's really responsive. I'm using a very old RD700SX piano here, just a stage piano, and it's playing great. That's one of the first things you notice when you play a new piano instrument like this, is how well it responds to your fingers, and it's very immediate, and everything you do on the keys seems to translate to the piano. And piano players will know what I'm talking about there. It's a very responsive instrument, actually.
Awesome. Do you want to play us some stuff?
Yeah. So we've got it set at the moment just the middle setting on the tone there, and the dynamics are in the middle too. So you can hear like right across the range. It sounds really sweet, actually.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, the bottom end. So the first thing piano players do when they test a piano is like, well, how does it sound at the bottom? And it's got that lovely, rich bottom end, but also quite bitey, cuts through really nicely. It's not muddy down there. And the tops. And it's just got a really nice rounded tone, actually. Really usable, not too scoopy, nice in the middle as well. So it'll cut through in a mix and really usable. You can, basically EQ that to your heart's content. It's got lots of tone in there.
Awesome. I noticed as well that you can really hear they've really emulated the pedal noise as well. When you're playing up the top end, I can really hear it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
So that's me stamping on the sustain pedal there. When you do that on a real piano, obviously all the hammers lift off the strings and you get these sympathetic resonances. You can't have a real piano sound without those, resonances operating. So when you play with the pedal down versus when you play with it up, it's just me just playing without the pedal. But when you put it down, the sound really opens up like a piano would. Yeah, it's lovely. So you can hear, so it sounds organic, like a real piano would. The thing is, you don't want it to be too clean. You don't want it to sound too perfect. Sometimes when these instruments come out, they're just a little bit too cleaned up. And I guess it depends on the kind of music you're doing, but certainly for me and the kind of stuff I do, I want it to sound like it's a piano in a room.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how a piano sounds in a room.
Talking about room,
yeah.
We've got the control with the mics where you can have close and room. Do you want to show that?
Yeah, sure. So down here, so we've basically got a very simple slider here, which moves the mics from close position to room. So obviously, self-explanatory. Move it over to the right, and you get more of the room sound. So if I put it right to the full setting. Obviously, you can hear a lot of room there.
Yeah.
Versus when you take it right back, you can. Oh, let's do that again. Here we go. I love that little graphic.
Yeah, it's great.
To the closer sound. so that, you know, for more intimate kind of sound.
And I see it's got reverse section in it, which I think is quite an unusual thing. I mean,
Yeah.
how often do you use a reverse piano? But
Well, yeah. So I was playing with this. I was thinking, when am I going to use that? I mean, you know, and then I realised that I had used that before in a track I did a few years ago. Obviously, it's something you can accomplish with plugins, but I like the fact that they built it in. Let me show you. It's crazy, and it also you can have a blend between the reverse sound and the standard sound, so you get the transients as well as the reverse. So,
awesome.
But if I keep the mix low for now, so the reverse length is short, so I turn that up. So halfway, so you've got that. So you've got the piano and the reversed. Sorry.
That's cool, yeah. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
So obviously you can take the mix all the way up and have nothing but reverse. So, which is cool. And also you can adjust the reverse length as well. So somewhere in the middle there. So. Which is, you know, it's a lovely effect.
I love it.
Yeah, that's you, isn't it? The producer right there. You could do. It's cool.
Oh yeah, I could program in the notes and do that. Yeah, it's all fine.
But it is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And obviously,
really
like I
good.
said, you can have it somewhere in the middle. You know, so you can blend the two together. You can also have, you know, very long. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's cool. If you've got a place to use it. Then...
Yeah, absolutely. What about they've got a cog, like a settings icon there. What happens if you click on that?
We've got here. So we've got a tuning option. So obviously set to standard 440 at the moment. We've got a polyphony setting. So obviously you can use up more memory, choosing the large one, which I haven't actually tried yet. Should we chance it?
Yeah, do it. Go on, give it a go.
So
I mean, it's a massive library, so we should probably talk about that.
Yeah.
When you buy Ravel, I think it's about 10 gig.
It is just under, I think. Yeah.
Is it just under? So it's quite a sizable.
Yeah, it's a good chunk of
library,
good chunk of samples. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what you need to do a piano properly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey mate, I used to have a Roland D20. It was fine.
Is that where you learn your two chords? So, yeah. Oh, let's turn the reverse off, shall we?
Let's do that.
It's worth mentioning, by the way, that it's a really simple interface.
Yeah.
So, you know, there are other options, you know, the other piano samplers where you get, you know, you can adjust the kinds of microphones and the various, you know, positions down to the, you know, to the millimeter. This doesn't do that, and for me, that's a good thing. So you can decide whether, you know, that's a good thing for you or not. But I like the simplicity of it. I'm
with you on that.
The fact that it's just a few things to mess around with is nice, and they're concentrated on the sound of the instrument, you know. So let's go back. So we're now on our full. It's lovely.
It's awesome.
And my computer's coping. It's all right.
Awesome. So, what have we got? We've got tone and dynamics. I guess that's the last things we can talk about. What's your setting on at the moment?
So they're on the middle. So the tone, again, so what basically moving from here is a darker tone to all the way to the brightest. So if I go to the first setting here, so you can hear it's just a darker sound.
Sounds amazing.
which makes you want to play in a certain way, or does me anyway. And then where we were before, right up to brightest there. So it's just got more bite, more top end, just a bit more energy in it. And again, useful for different kind of styles,
For you, who's a proper pianist, would you ever use that dynamic function?
Yeah, this one's an interesting one. Essentially, all it does is either expands the dynamic range or limits it. So again, set in the middle is exactly where I want it. So from my point of view as a piano player, that's where it plays most naturally. If you move it to this setting here, all you're doing, that's my quietest note, which is no longer very quiet. And my loudest note, which is as loud as it was before, but you've just squashed that range essentially. And then on the other side is the opposite. So that's our quietest. And then right up to, very loud.
Awesome.
But to me, it seems most natural in that middle position. Where a piano would be. Plenty of dynamic range.
Awesome.
But that's where you'd be with a real piano.
That's
that
great.
Kind of level.
That's
but
awesome.
It's nice to have the option. Sometimes if you're playing a passage or a phrase in a mix, and you want it to sit a little better, you might want to reduce the dynamic range so that your quieter notes are still coming through. And if you want to do that at the input stage, when you're actually playing, that's dead handy. Again, with these things, you can squash it afterwards. But as a piano player, if you're playing part of a mix, perhaps, and it's not exposed, not on its own, you might want it to sit a bit better like that by bringing up some of the, the dynamics, helping it sit.
Awesome. So just before you play us out, Steve, tell everyone where they can listen to your Facebook gig. And it's on Sunday nights, you say?
Yeah, Sunday night, 8:00. There's a page called Project Quarantstream. See what they did there. Quarantstream.
Genius.
Yeah, it's a great little platform. Lots of musicians playing on there most nights. I'm there Sundays at 8:00. Or you can find me on my page. My Facebook page is SRW Music, I believe. Or you search for me under Stephen Reid Williams.
So why don't you play us out, and I'll fade out right at the important bit, just when you're just when you're really going. Yeah. So I've been Paul Drew,
and I've been Stephen Reid Williams.